Tonight I was the guest on Mystery School Monday, and the question came up, how did I get started in Tarot? And my answer went back to creating a magic show that involved process philosophy. So what's the connection between process philosophy and Tarot, at least for me? I wanted to create a show that conveyed some of the stranger aspects of process thought, but rather than conveying them intellectually, I wanted people to feel them and sort of play with them. And the magic show was a play space where these ideas can be felt and played with before they're understood and completely digested intellectually. So, how do you form such a show? The beginning was pretty simple for me. It was with experience and feeling, perception. And I started with feeling the feelings of others. Now, this is something that takes place in very nearly the present moment. You feel somebody else's feelings. And then there was this other idea that I had, a strange idea in process thought and the philosophy of Alfred North Whitehead, this idea that memory is really a form of perception. And that's a question I ask in the show. Is memory really that different than perception? So when we perceive our own past, when we remember our past, we're perceiving those events as they still exist, objectively immortal. Objective immortality. So, we have the show sort of taking structure now. It begins in the present with feeling the feelings of others. We now look at the past with remembering other people's past. And this happens during the show in a magical sort of way where I tell people their memories. And we have these two acts. So what is the third act going to be? Makes sense to talk about the future. Now, in process thought, the future is unformed. We are creating the future as we speak, as we exist. We're bringing it about. It's an act of unfolding of creativity. So the future is not a thing there that can be seen. So there can't be any fortune telling or predictions of what the future will be. But there is this aspect in process thought that's known as the initial aim. And the initial aim comes from God. And God tells us what we should be doing. Would it be possible to do a form of divination in the show where I told people what they should be doing? Maybe so. What if we could bring tarot cards in? Because we are doing divination, and what's a more iconic type of divination than tarot cards? I mean, when you think divination, tarot cards come to mind. So could we use tarot cards as part of the show, part of the playthings for the show, to address that future aspect that we need to fulfill? And I think we can, and that's what the show ended up doing. We start in the present, feeling people's feelings. I remember people's past, and then I tell them what their calling is. And that's what I do with divination. So those are the three acts. And it turns out that this third act is sort of a fractal for the whole. And a fractal is a smaller piece than the whole, yet the smaller piece contains all the things that the whole did. And when you really start working with this third act and the divination aspect, if you're going to tell somebody what their calling is, you have to meet them where they are now. You have to know something about the past. So we have past, present, and future all wrapped into this third act as well. And the third act became its own ritual, its own portable ritual that can be used as a show unto itself. So that's how tarot cards and process thought come together in the play space of the magic between us. I'm Clinton Combs. Thanks for watching.